Go through them, Lauren.
Yep, I sure do. 22,000 jobs added in the month of August. That was much less than the expectation of 75,000, guys. The July number was revised. I will get to revisions in a moment. Unemployment rate coming in as expected, 4.3%, so that would be higher than July's 4.2%. Again, 22,000 jobs added in August. Let me get you the revisions because this is what everybody is focused on. For June and July together, combined 21,000 jobs lower than previously reported. I'll categorize that now. So you see for June, it was revised down by 27,000, getting you to negative 13,000, and the change for July up by 6,000, getting you to 79,000.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Senator Murphy. Thank you to my colleagues. Thank you to the hosts of today's event. Mr. Kennedy never should have received so much as a hearing in the United States Senate. So obviously unqualified and unfit for this office, is he? He never should have been confirmed by the United States Senate, and he needs to resign. It is one thing to be a skeptic or a reformer. It is quite another to be a fool and a wrecking ball. And the destruction of the CDC in Georgia, the systematic dismantling of American public health is putting children and families across the country at risk every single day. This is chaos. It is out of control. And every day this continues, more and more Americans are put at risk by Mr. Kennedy's radical and incoherent ideology. I defend the CDC not just because those who work there are my constituents, but because it is the most important disease-fighting agency not just in the country, but in the world, with unmatched capabilities and responsibility. And the CDC has been systematically demolished since Mr. Kennedy was sworn in. Agency morale is at rock bottom. A quarter of the workforce has been pushed out. It is an agency known for its tenacity and precision and capacity that is now totally in chaos by design. And every day this continues, the damage is compounded. It is time for Mr. Kennedy to resign. He has demonstrated his incompetence. This is gross mismanagement, unforgivable mismanagement that cannot continue. And I join my colleagues today in calling for the Secretary's resignation. Thank you all so much for being here.
Did you hold up a big sign saying that you were lying when you said that? Because you are the one who said you would not take them away. Now, Senator Kennedy,
I'm not taking them away from anybody.
Secretary,
you want me to indicate a product for which there is no clinical data?
Senator,
is that what you want?
Secretary Kennedy, you said you wouldn't, and now you did.
I'm not taking them away. Everybody can get access to them.
No, they can't walk into a pharmacy the way they could last month and get access.
It depends on the state. It depends on the states.
A year ago,
but they can still get it. Everybody can get it. Everybody can get it, Senator.
So look, let's move on. You clearly are taking away vaccines. I've seen the list for what's coming up next, and that is the agenda for the next CDC vaccine panel. And first up is ratifying your COVID actions. Second is hepatitis B is on the agenda. So should Americans expect you to take away hepatitis vaccine access as well, even though you promised not to?
As I said, I'm not taking vaccines away from anybody.
Okay, same answer, right? You're just going to deny that when people can't get access, that you're not taking it away. Then let me ask you, is that the same game you're going to play with me?
You want me to recommend every product in the world?
No,
so that without any clinical trial data.
Through on your promises.
Yeah, my promise was to give.
A month ago, we could get COVID vaccines by just walking.
You can still get COVID vaccines, Senator.
You are taking that away.
No, you are still. You can still get the COVID vaccines, and Medicare will still pay for them, and Medicaid will still pay for them.
Tell the head of the CDC that if she refused to sign off on your changes to the childhood vaccine schedule, that she had to resign?
No, I told her that she had to resign because I asked her, are you a trustworthy person? And she said no. So if you had an employee who told you they weren't trustworthy, would you ask them to resign, Senator?
So I'm sorry, but this is not what she has said publicly. She has said
I'm not surprised about that.
So you're saying she's lying?
Yes. Every conversation I had with her, there were
And let me get
witnesses.
this straight. This is the same person that less than a month earlier, you stood next to her and described her as unimpeachable, and you had full confidence in her, and that you had full confidence in her scientific credentials. And in a month, she became a liar?
Yeah, you should ask her what changed. And by the way, a month ago, you were voting against her. Oh, because you thought she was either incompetent, ineligible, or unsuited to the task.
I voted against her because
with
I was afraid she was going to bend the knee to you and Donald Trump. And it looks like she didn't bend the knee, so you fired her. Look, you're putting America's babies' health at risk, America's seniors' health at risk, all Americans' health at risk, and you should resign.
Senator Sanders.
Did you say that the CDC was, quote, the most corrupt federal agency in the history of the world?
Not the history of the world, but definitely
Did you
within
say
HHS.
Did you say that?
I did not say that, but I did say it's the most corrupt agency in HHS, and maybe the government.
So you call the CDC corrupt. Did you say that CDC staff are, quote, horrible people?
Horrible people?
Did you say that they're killing children and they don't care?
No.
Okay, I think that we all have a history of listening to you and these answers, but you're on the record for a number of these statements. Despite your lack of credentials and expertise, clearly you have an agenda. It is a threat to the public health of the American people. It's clear that you are carrying out your extremist beliefs. Which is why you attempted to fire Dr.
We're the sickest people in the world.
Sir,
we're the sickest people on earth.
I'm speaking.
How am I a threat?
Secretary Kennedy, for the first time, we're seeing deaths from children from measles. We haven't seen that in 2 decades. We're seeing that under your watch. You are a hazard to the health of the American people.
Can I respond to that, Senator?
No, I claim back my time.
We need to wrap up.
You are a hazard to the health of the American people. I think that you ought to resign. And if you don't resign, the President of the United States, who put forward Operation Warp Speed, which worked, should fire you.
We are getting more details about that U.S. strike on a Venezuelan speedboat the administration says killed 11 people on Tuesday, and many of those details only raise more questions. According to the New York Times, Pentagon officials were still working Wednesday on what legal authority they would tell the public was used to back up the extraordinary strike in international waters. That is so extraordinary, it's out of step with even the worst American administrations. I mean, the Bush White House after 9/11 had a whole written legal pretext that they developed for kidnapping and torturing terror suspects. It was a terrible pretext. It was a fig leaf. But they took the need for a legal narrative more seriously than this administration. And it gets worse. A former senior federal law enforcement official told the Times it was unusual to have 11 people manning a vessel that could easily be crewed by 2 or 3, especially since traffickers are always trying to maximize the amount of cargo space devoted to carrying drugs, not human beings. In this former official's opinion, it was more likely the vessel was carrying migrants on a human smuggling run. It would be impossible to know for sure, however, given that any evidence of drug smuggling was destroyed in the attack. So, did the United States just kill 11 drug runners via essentially summary execution? Or did we kill 11 migrants via summary execution? Hard to say without evidence. And you can't look to Venezuela for answers. The government spokesman there is saying the video is just fake, that Trump and Marco Rubio and Pete Hegseth have been sharing an AI fabrication. And there's kind of the point. I mean, no one should take the Venezuelan government's word for it, a country led by a strongman with little regard for the truth or human rights. You can't trust the word of a government like that, whether it's Caracas or Washington, D.C.
Anger has a place. It's what you do with it that counts.
We're walking in lockstep with Congressman Al Green, as well as the organizers of the march today. past the Capitol at the moment. We're walking past the Capitol. We're heading towards the House buildings to talk to House members with hundreds upon hundreds of people from all around to demand the impeachment and removal of Donald Trump.
Let's be serious in an unserious age.
Donald Trump doesn't follow the rules. The GOP doesn't follow the rules. They've thrown the rules out the window. Can I let you guys in on a little secret? Do you know what else doesn't follow the rules? A fucking revolution.
The president is allowed to use his incivility to take advantage of our civility.
That's right. That's right.
Incivility to take advantage of our civility.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to respond with a level of incivility when you're dealing with the level of incivility that we have to cope with.
You heard it. The iconic Al Green, you heard it here. At some point, we have to respond to incivility with incivility. It is what it is. Let this be my formal announcement to everyone. I'm tired of playing by the fucking rules that nobody else is playing by. Let the revolution begin. We got a Handmaid's Tale protest that has started right here at Union Station in front of the National Guard troops. You can see she's come out dressed in full Handmaid's Tale attire right in front of the National Guard troop. I mean, if you follow the Handmaid's Tale, the story of it, DC fell first. So this is a pretty powerful protest, pretty powerful imagery. I mean, a picture's worth 1,000 words. I can shut up and you can get the whole message right here.
She came all the way from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Remember, DC fell first.
Get back! Get back! Get back! No, motherfucker! No! You guys are fucking criminals! You are criminals! Hey! Get away from me! Get away from me! Hey! What the fuck? Don't touch her! Do not fucking touch her!
I don't give a fuck if they touch me.
I'm back, you dumbass.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You feel big and comfortable with my vote in personal. Fuck you, pussy. Fuck you, pussy. Fuck you, pussy. Fuck you, pussy. You're a 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 pussy.
A massive story broke just before the holiday weekend, but hardly anyone is talking about it, and that really needs to change. So as I'm sure you know, Trump has promised over and over again to never touch Medicare.
I'll save Social Security. I'll save Medicare.
Well, guess what? He lied. Because on Friday night, he and Dr. Oz, who's the administrator of the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, confirmed that they are going to fundamentally change Medicare, and not in a good way. They are launching a pilot program that will require senior citizens to get prior authorization for some healthcare services. And here's the kicker. Artificial intelligence will decide whether their procedure is approved or not. What could go wrong? To quote this Truth Out article, prior authorizations already exist in the privatized Medicare Advantage system and with standard private insurance, and we know they cause delays and denials of critical medical coverage. They're a nightmare. Now, in case you didn't know, traditional Medicare rarely asks for prior approval. That's why it works so easily and well. That's why we love it. But Trump doesn't want us to have nice things. Oh wait, and I haven't told you the worst part yet. These AI companies will be paid based on the value of the procedures they reject. Meaning AI companies will profit from denying needed care to seniors. So literally, the more claims they deny, the richer they get. It's like a cash incentive to deny your claim. These companies donated massively to help Trump get elected. Now they're getting paid back at our expense. It's disgusting. And the outcome of all this is that your grandmother or your dad or your sister or even you could lose a vital medical service because a computer decided that it wasn't worth covering. Even if your doctor said it was. These AI pre-approval programs are going to roll out this January in 6 states listed right here. The pilots will reportedly be limited to about 17 procedures to start, but if they achieve their goal, denying your healthcare and making AI companies rich, they'll expand to more procedures and more states. Do you remember when the GOP invented the term death panel in the scare campaign to stop the Affordable Care Act? It was false, but we never heard the end of it. This, on the other hand, is actually happening. Trump is rolling out AI death panels. He should never hear the end of it. So call your members of Congress and tell them that it's not okay. And share this story far and wide so people can make a lot of noise. Every promise Trump makes, he breaks. Don't let him break Medicare too.
Donald Trump ordered a flyover of military jets that are notoriously loud to fly over the conference that is being had outside of the White House where the Jeffrey Epstein victims are telling their stories in an attempt to drown out their voices and testimonies. He then contacts Thomas Massie, who is a Republican representative from Kentucky who has joined the Democrats. He's one of 4 who have joined the Democrats in order to try to force the vote, telling Massie that if he or any Republican joins the Democrats to force the vote, that they are acting hostile against this administration. Donald Trump then, again, all in the same day, gets on national TV, he's being interviewed, and he starts throwing a tantrum stating that this is all a hoax. Now, mind you, Donald Trump has said that this is a hoax in the past, but he again did it today as the victims are outside of the White House telling their testimonies. Every single Democrat has signed the petition to force the vote that would release all of the files. Only 4 Republicans have joined those Democrats. Out of all the Republican representatives, only 4 have joined. That would be Mace, Green, and then Massie, and then Boebert. That's it. Which party is protecting PDFs? Because if you asked me from an unbiased perspective, watching everything that happened today, I would say Republicans. Force the vote, call your representatives, call these Republicans and tell them that they need to join the other 4. Because as of right now, they are protecting PDFs.
It's time for the Trucker John Livestream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah, the Trucker John Livestream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John Livestream. It's gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well, yeah, it's the Trucker John Livestream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John Livestream is the best thing you've ever seen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for, Trucker John.